Hi everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a quick review on these Arteza Real Brush Pens. They are watercolor markers. There's 48 in this pack, and so I'm going to go over what I think of them. The first thing that I want to share is the packaging. So it comes in this package. It's not so sturdy, so I found an old product I had laying around that I wasn't using anymore. It's a pen stand. And so I'm going to place my Artezas in there, and I just wanted to be upfront about how I feel about the packaging, because it's not something that I would pull out repeatedly and use because it is flimsy, and it's almost like that kind of plastic that if you cut it wrong, it could cut you. I don't know how to explain it, but I just won't use it. And so here's the 48 colors, and there's a wide variety of colors. Actually, I believe there's a 90 set, and then this is the 48 set. So I'm going to get into a couple of the specs with you now and some of the details for the markers. There's 48 colors in this set, and they have a little end that has the color, and then they actually write the color on the marker. I remember seeing reviews a while back where they did not do that, so I think they took some feedback and fixed that problem. So a water brush comes with it as well. I would say this is like a medium type of brush. I have one that's thinner, and then there's, of course, all different sizes. But that comes with it. You just open it up like this, pour the water in, and then you have this little reservoir to use. You don't have to keep dipping water. So if I was good at calligraphy, I would say that these worked really well. But I'm not. That is not a forte. But I'm going to show you once I lay this down on some Bristol smooth cardstock, because I wanted to make it comparable to my Zig clean color real brush markers. And when I lay that down and I spread this out, I really like the way that the color spreads. So it was really hard for me to compare the two. I thought that was very, very similar. Not a lot of my images are going to be humongous where you're not going to see this blend very well. What I'm trying to say is most of my coloring is in smaller images, and it's easier to make it blend pretty nicely. So I really like them. I think they're great. I think the color spectrum is great. I think they do have a couple colors that are pretty similar. There's a similar blue and a similar purple, but other than that, they were all very unique. So I'm going to show you with this cute little stamp set here, this little birdie doing yoga. We're going to make a card, and I'm going to use these watercolor brushes in different ways. Now, like I said, you can watch what I'm doing here. I'm just stamping and heat embossing and blah, blah, blah. But one thing I really like, the main thing that I really like about these markers is I believe these ones retail for $35 roughly. Okay, that is a fantastic price. I feel like the Zig ones, I put those on hold to buy, although I do not regret it one bit because I love them. But I put on hold to buy them because they were so expensive. I mean, it's a big purchase. I think I paid about $100 for my 80 marker set. So these, you know, comparably, let's say if I got 80 markers I got a deal for mine. It was like 110. Oh, don't make me do public math, people. I would say, what is that? 50 markers would be $55. You're all probably like, oh my God, Mary, how do you put your pants on in the morning? But anyway, so I would say you're saving about $15 if you can say that. Now it's almost seeming like the price is a little bit closer. Anyway, 35 bucks, that's not bad for a bunch of markers. So here's my thing with these markers. I used two colors on this little birdie. I used a more golden yellow and then a bright yellow. And I feel like that I don't usually do that. I usually use one color, lay it down thick on the parts of the shading, and then use my water brush to bring it out. Blending is great with these. The colors blend well together. They move well with water. So either way, and I've said it in the past that I don't think you need every single marker in the set. I don't. I think you can a 48 pack is really plenty, unless you do this for a living or unless, you know, you're professional. But amateur colorists like me, this is just fine. So I'm going to go through here. Now I'm making this card as a thank you to my sister. We went up for 4th of July and she hosted us at her house. And she is a yoga instructor. And I wanted to make a little thank you card for her and send this to her. But when I walked in her house, into her little yoga studio, she had this ginormous yoga mat that was round. So I wanted to show you this cuts out beautifully with the die, but I'm also going to make my own mat here. And with this other little birdie, I'm going to cut him out, fussy cut him, and then I'm going to use a round mat in the same color that she had. So just trying to personalize any way that I can for her. So I'm going to fussy cut this bird, and then I'm going to take a black marker to line it out. It makes it look perfect, and yeah, that's always a nice little added touch there. So this little yoga pose. Hey, does anyone know what yoga pose that is? Is it one? I don't know. I can really get into yoga though, I think. I just have to make the time for it. Okay, so got my little guy. I forgot to color the end of his feet, or didn't go out far enough. So now I got my yoga mat here, so I'm just going to lay down some color again, and I'm going to take a water brush, and I'm just going to cover this whole panel. I'm trying to go back and forth to try to make it as neat as possible and not a just hot mess. Once I start moving that color quite a bit, I really do break it up, and it looks nice, and I get almost like a little ombre look, ombre effect. Then I'm going to take a glitter brush marker, a Spectrum Noir sparkle pen, and I'm going to cover that as well. I let it dry a little bit because I didn't want it to move around the color too much because, of course, you know, it reacts with water. But got that all glittery and beautiful, put it aside. Now I'm going to take out this Miss Sparkle & Company paper I got from Joann Fabrics a while back, and I want to make it so it almost looks like the birdie's mat is on wood grain, or a wood floor, and this brick is the wall. Let me tell you how I have no idea about dimensions because I don't know what I was doing here. I mean, the end card is what it is. It's cute. But I was trying to make it look like the mat was three-dimensional, and it was like, I don't even know. So I settled for what I settled for, and I like the way it turned out. Okay, this stamp set here, I have to tell you, I got this with a magazine in like a rando shop. And so I was like, a free stamp set? I think the magazine was probably like $8. To me, that was a free stamp set. And it is, watch how I do this stamping out, because this is very, very much like the Concord and Ninth Perfectly Penned, I believe it's called. These are just a bigger size. So what I do is I stamp it out to the right first, and I put that word together on the right so I can practice. And then I stamp it out onto my actual project. So you can see the word's going to start to appear on the right-hand side as I'm doing it on the left-hand side. And that is, again, just so that I can practice and make sure I don't screw up my actual project. Again, you saw me use the markers, the Arteza markers, and I just, you know, made an ombre look. And now I'm going to be getting out my my word here, and I am going to stamp out a specialized namaste. I got a joke for you. What did the tenant say to the landlord when the landlord tried to evict her? Namaste. Okay, if you get that one, thumbs up, because it took me about 15 times saying it out loud before I realized what it was trying to say. All right, you know I love punny jokes, so, and if it was one of you that put that joke in my one of my videos, take credit for it, because I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. All right, so I am putting my card together here. You can see I screwed up the brick. I wanted it to be like a perfectly lined up, and it wasn't, so I had to go back and recut a piece, and then I was able to make that look good. You saw I fussy cut Namaste out, and I'm placing down my yoga mat. I think I'm going to pop up my Namaste, and then I am going to use an action wobbler for my little yoga person. So there, my little yoga girl is just getting it, and those action wobblers add so much fun to your card. Thank you so much for joining me and for hanging out and crafting with me. I hope this review was helpful for you as far as the Arteza markers go. If you have any questions about them, please don't hesitate. Let me know. If you're interested in purchasing them, they are linked below. And let me know what you think of them if you do have them. I would love to hear your opinions. So until next time, don't forget to hit subscribe. Leave me a comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.